ID and also the phone number, higher date, some information with respect to the dependent side. So SQL where class is going to be very helpful. Numerical comparison operators. So let's also go with this kind of the syntax. How does this going to be very helpful? Select employee ID. I'm just selecting the employee ID, first name and the last name and the salary, along with the employees from the employees table, where the salary is greater than 14,000. Order by the salary description. So order by will see the little later. If I go and try it out, let's try it out. How does the where class is going to be very helpful at the time you are utilizing this notebook. If I execute this, if I execute this, I got only the few results which consist of the employee ID, first name, last name, and the salary. So I have given whoever having the salary is greater than 14,000. So at that time I shifted to less than, suppose. So how many records we are going to get? Let's see. Yeah, you can see all the records are having the less than 14,000. If suppose I have given a value with respect to less than of 500, all the records having the less than 500, it still don't have any value. So that's the reason we are not getting it. What if I given the 1,000 salary is less than the sound? No one is there, the less than of the 1,000. What if I had given 10,000, less than of the 10,000? Few of the salaries having the less than 10,000 also. So with that, you can play around with this. We will see little later the order by how does that going to be helpful in the aggregations operator in the SQL. So you can also play around by using the department ID is equal to 5. You can see department 5 having this member of the people consist of the employed IDs and also the first last name. And eventually you can also play around with where the last name is Chen. Okay, so if I type whoever having the Chen as a last name, it will give all the information corresponding to that. So where class is going to be helpful by using the condition. What exactly you have to be retrieve the data consisting of the different columns. Similarly, if you go and see what are the different advantages and also the disadvantages with respect to the where class. So we have another class called as having. So let's see how does having is going to be very helpful. What are the disadvantages with the where class? So yeah, so let's jump. These are the very simple example we just now discussed this. So having is also very wonderful class to encounter some of the disadvantage to encounter in where class. So we'll see this little later. So we'll also go and see that having class maybe just a second we can type having class. Yeah, so having is going to be specified some of the conditions filtering the group summarized by the group by class. So let's see this. Having class is going to be very helpful at the time you are going to be aggregating the things. So the basic syntax between the having is having this condition. Okay, so whenever you have some of the group based conditions, you just concatenated with your having with the group by. So that will be eventually very helpful whenever you want to retrieve the information with respect to the aggregation functions such as having and also the where. Yeah, so what exactly the basic difference is, where class applies to the condition individual rows before the rows are going to be summarized up to the group. And what exactly the having class is going to be applied, or having class is going to be helpful condition to the group after the rows are grouped into the groups. So therefore what is important, having class is going to be applied after whereas where class is going to be applied before the group by class. So like that is going to be very helpful. And also the SQL having the class different example we can also see here. So what basic syntax is this simple: select column 1, column 2, column 3. I'm just counting the employed ID with corresponding the direct reports, so that it will fetch the data from the employees tables where the manager ID is not null. Group by manager ID. So the manager ID is not null. Okay, so this is a where class we are just retrieving. What if I use a having class? Let's see here. Having direct reports is greater than 5. Direct reports is greater than 5. So it will be eventually get rid whoever having the direct reports greater than or equal to 5. It will fetch that and it's also grouped by according to the manager IDs. In this where class, you can see in this where class, group by Group well, manager ID manager is not null, but you eventually get all the information with corresponding to the manager ID. But in the case, what will happen having the direct reports only having a greater than or is equal to, you're saying having with some kind of information to provide, I can say. So whoever having the least five direct reports, you're just using by having class, so that you will retrieve by using the data. Similarly, you can also use SQL having with some function. This is one example. Some function is also very wonderful. You want to be some of all the corresponding values. If suppose you are using in a column, suppose you are using in some of the columns in your table, such as salary. So you require to sum all these corresponding the different rows you had, right? So at the time you're summing a few salary, you will eventually end up with sum of salary with corresponding name maybe. So total salary, like the total salary or monthly salary, such as the different names you want to be specified as column names. So at that situation, you may be encountered to write having class with the summation of the salary between 20,000 to and 20,000 and also 30,000. So whoever having the salary between the 20,000 and 30,000, it will be eventually get the all the results in this middle range. Okay, so